Okay. Right. So what are some beliefs that you currently already have? Okay. There's no if, buts, or maybe. All right. So I kind of got the answer that you guys most wanted, or that I had expected you, which is religion. Right now, religion, I believe personally, is a way of living. And I'm not gonna, you never mix religion with business, firstly, guys, but I'm just gonna, because that's the answer that most of you give, I just want you guys to realize how the things I'm gonna go through has made you have a belief that is like it can't be touched. Okay, but I also want you to mainly focus on what your financial goal is.
Come ora, né?
Everyone,
Posso
whoa,
que ora?
whoa, right. Let me just mute everyone. Mute all. Cool. Right. But what is your financial goal? Okay, so drop in the chat box, guys. What is your financial goal? All right. What is your financial goal? Drop in the chat box what your financial goal is. Okay. To be a billionaire. Keep them coming. Guys, participate with today's call. Freedom, right? No, financial goal. What does that look like? 50K a month and I'll be okay with that. You say that now, my brother. Right? Get the money. Trillionaire. Ooh, you lot are trying to take over the world, right? Trillionaire, 100K monthly. What is your financial goal? 15K a month to making 250 a month, multimillionaire, millionaire. Okay, cool. 10K a month, seven figures. Beautiful. All right, cool. Please understand, all things are possible to those who believe. So anything that you guys just put in the chat box regarding your financial goal, if you believe it is possible, it is just about when it will come. But so many people they fall to deluded because they don't know these certain concepts. And then they're 50, 60, believe that they was going to be a millionaire, but they didn't actually know how to create and also grow their belief system. After today's call, guys, you will have no excuse as to why you are not working towards a goal, because once you believe, you work. Very, very simple. For those on this call that have been here X amount of time, for newbies, I don't know you guys, so I'm not talking for you guys. But there's people that have been here for maybe long enough where they haven't got to a certain financial goal. I am telling you now, it is because you don't believe that you are worthy of that income goal. Please, please, please understand that. You are not making the money you want because you don't truly believe, right, that you can get it done. Now, I'm going to break down, guys, the components of belief. Please take notes. This is everything. And when I look back now, I did this and I now have this. So I'm not coming from a theory. I learned the knowledge, I then applied it, I then modeled it, and I'm now teaching it. The four ways of learning. You learn it, right? So you learn knowledge that you didn't know before. You then take action on the knowledge. You then model someone that has that knowledge and the results. You can now teach it. I am now teaching this. I'm not coming from a theory standpoint. I did this. I learned it 5 years ago. 5 years later, I'm in the position that I'm in today. Okay. So let's start off with environment. Okay. Let's actually look up the actual definition of environment. Okay. Environment. Okay. The surroundings or conditions in which a person, animal, or plant lives or operates. Okay. The setting or conditions in which a particular activity is carried on. I'm going to say that again. The surroundings or conditions in which a person, animal, or plant lives or operates. Okay. The setting or conditions in which a particular activity. So habitat, territory, situation, setting. You guys understand what the word means, right? So let's compare it to religion. Like I said, right? That's the first thing that you guys said. And like I said, don't quote me on this. We're not getting into it. I need you guys to understand why you believe what you currently believe and how you can change it towards your financial goals. Okay. So when you was born into an environment of a Christian home or a Muslim household or a Catholic household, whatever it is. You guys understand where I'm coming from. It doesn't matter the religion. I just want you guys to understand why you have such a solid belief system. I have such a solid belief system towards my goals. It's because I did this. You was born into an environment where your household was Christian. All right. Now, on the right-hand side, guys, you can see three elements that impact it. So you have the left that create it. Your environment created the first belief. But then the elements on the right-hand side is what allowed your belief to grow. So when you was in that environment of your home, you heard words from it coming from your parents, you heard words from you saw an experience thing in your environment because of the words that you heard. Now, what you need to realize is that your words that you say and that you hear are related to images. So if I say mum, you're not going to see M-U-M. You're going to see your mother's face. If I tell you guys son or dad, you don't see D-A-D, you see a picture of your dad. So words are connected to your images. So when you was in your home and you heard the word Jesus, you now have an image of how you see Jesus, for example. Okay, or if you was Catholic and you Mary, right? You heard the word Mary and you now put it to, you might have an image of a rosemary beads or Mary herself, okay? And that now has an emotion in you where energy is built and it is now growing your environment, your belief system because of your environment. Okay, so each of these things, guys, literally, if I could draw lines with the elements that it impacted, it's because of the words, the images, and how you felt, your emotions. We are human beings, we go off emotions. Most of things we do is because of emotions, right? Now, all of this to work, guys, in any stage is because of repetition. So you repetitively heard words, saw images, and felt a certain way because of your environment. Now, you may have gone to church, right? That's your environment. When you go to church, you hear words from the Bible, for example. You go to church and you see Jesus or you see things in the window, right? You've seen images and you hear music when you're in church. They play the gospel. Music is attached to your emotions. That's why I tell you guys, unless you're making at least 10K a month, you don't deserve to listen to music because ladies, not to draw you out, you might listen to old school R&B and now you're in your feelings, crying about your ex. Guys, you might listen to drill and now you think you're the next bad man, right? So be very, very careful with what you listen to because it creates your emotions, okay? Next, we have people in your life, right? We have people in your life. Who is in your life that is contributing towards your belief system of your goal? When I started this business, guys, I had to filter my network. I had to filter who I was around, right? I couldn't be around people that didn't think 10K a month was normal. We've been brought up in a world, guys, where we think making 30K a year is good. It's a good income, 30K a year. Why is everyone struggling if that's a good income? That is not a good income. But we have people in our life that are currently earning 30K a month or a year, sorry, that now make us believe that is the norm. So the words I used to hear was when I am now trying to make money online and I'm listening to my 6-figure mentor or my 7-figure mentor, the words I heard was, oh, it's a scam. It's not going to work. It's too good to be true. So I had to eliminate people in my life because of the words they spoke. Are you guys with me so far? Just drop a 1 in the chat if you guys are with me so far. Have I lost anyone? Or are you guys with me? Are you guys with me? Yeah? Okay, cool. Right? So because of the words that I heard from certain people, it now grew my belief the wrong way. I now started to believe, you know what? This might be a scam. This might not work. This can't be real. It's too good to be true. Money doesn't grow on trees. Don't speak to strangers. Money's the root of all evil. I had people around me that fought a belief system that now when they used to say things, I used to now believe it. And how did that make me feel? I'm now really excited about this opportunity. For those that are new, you can relate to this. You might be really excited about this opportunity. You've gone to someone that makes 30K a year, told them about it, and they said it's not going to work. You now feel sad. Now you're doubtful this works. Your belief system has just been rocked. So what I said to myself is when I saw this training, I need to, if I can't change the people, write this down. If you can't change the people around you, change the people around you. I'm going to say this again. Some of you are clinging on to your friends to try and do this. Not everyone's made for success. If you can't change the people around you, I tried to change the people around me that I love, that I want to see win. But sometimes trying to save people, you actually end up drowning. If you jump in the ocean and someone's drowning, guys, and you can't swim, guess what? You're both dead. It's the same with life. If someone don't have money and you're trying to save them, help make money, you're both going to be broke. I had to make a decision and say, you know what? I can't stick around these people. I love you. I'm going to have to love you from afar, but I need to create people around me that are making 10K a month. I need to have people around me that do make 100K a month, that are millionaires, that do want to create success, that do want financial freedom, that do have financial freedom, not want it. Everybody wants it, but who actually has financial freedom? I speak to so many people that join the business. I say to you, hey, bro, cool. Like, who do you, what do you want? I want financial freedom. Okay, cool. Who do you have around you? Who could you phone right now that has financial freedom? No one. Okay, cool. That's why you don't have financial freedom. Okay, so the people in your life, the words they speak, either are going to push you towards your goal or they're going to push you further away from your goal. Okay? The people in your life are either going to show you images of people that may not have done well in this industry, or they're going to show you images of people that have done well in this industry. Again, you start feeling away. If your people are showing you people that have done trading and they're not successful, or people are showing you stuff that you see on Trustpilot, or people are showing you stuff that isn't related to your where you're trying to go regarding a positive belief system, you are not going to feel good. Whenever something wrong goes in my life, I ask myself, who has entered or who has left my life? If something goes wrong, something's not, it doesn't feel right, something's going wrong, everything's going wrong in my life, I say to myself, who has entered or who has left? Who am I not hearing anymore? Who doesn't make me feel a certain way anymore? As leaders, this is one for leaders. You should make your team, your people feel good. If it doesn't, you're not helping their belief system. Because the words you speak, the images, it creates an image in their head. Most of us are in a world where we live in fear anyway. So we're already naturally built negative. So automatically, they've gone to the worst scenario. I tell people, oh, it's a risk. No, people say it's a risk to join the business. What is the risk? I'm actually at the biggest risk here, guys. I need you lot to understand. If, let's just say, worst case scenario, God forbid, the business isn't here anymore, right? GFU isn't here anymore. Is anyone else on this call going to lose a multiple six-figure income a year? So I actually have the biggest risk. But some people say it's risky and they go straight away, their image goes straight away to something negative. And they now feel bad. Now they don't want to do this. Okay? Next, information. In form, you take action. I am giving you guys information today. I need you to take it in. It should form. You're going to watch this over and over again. It's going to form in your mind. It's going to form inside. You now take action. Information. The English dictionary is actually very, very dangerous. Do you guys know why we say grand rising and not good morning? Because if someone's just died in your family and you're now mourning, how do you know the difference? You don't. Weekend. Some people think now the week ends. No, every day can be a Saturday, bro. You don't have to wait until the week ends. Right? Government. It's the government are here to govern you, your mind. Television, it tells you a vision. I don't watch television because it tells you how you should see the world. It gives you the vision for the world. Everybody has their alarm clock set for news. My nan used to watch the news religiously. So much so it actually killed her. The news actually killed her. Right? Information. When I was at a stage, guys, when I wasn't making the income I make today and I wasn't making money and things wasn't going well, I religiously, every single day for most of the day, I was listening to information. I was listening to personal development. I was listening to YouTube. If you are not making 10K a month minimum on this call, you cannot afford to not miss a day of personal development. I speak to some people and they say, I didn't listen to PD yesterday. So what was you listening to? Who was you listening to? Because I had to change the people around me, guys, and I didn't have the people around me at the time. My best friends became my audios. My best friends became Bob Proctor, right? My best friends became Jim Rohn. My best friends became Tony Robbins. They was the people around me that I was listening to, right? Information that gave me words, that created an image that now made me feel good. I listened to Jim Rohn. His words made me realize, damn, I can become a millionaire. I created an image of living in a certain lifestyle, of traveling certain countries. And I now felt good because I was doing it. Or are you listening for information through music? Right? Information is very, very important. This is why I need you guys to be at the 18th of October in this event, because you're going to be in the right environment with the right people, listening about the right information. And the most important thing on this here, guys, on the left-hand side, if you're not going to be in the right environment, cool, that's on you. If you're not going to give up to go up and separate to elevate, that's on you. If you're not going to listen to audios and podcasts and pour information into yourself, that's on you. But this is not debatable. You need to have life experiences. You can only believe what you experience, guys. Please write this down. You can only believe what you experience. On Saturday, we're going to go dream building. For anyone that don't know what dream building is, you go in an environment where you cannot currently afford what it is you're looking at. But you put yourself in an environment where someone that does make 10K a month or does make 100K a month or does make 50K, whatever your financial goal is, the goal is irrelevant. It could be 100, whatever you guys want to make. It's irrelevant. It still applies. Life experiences, circling back to religion or God. When my life changed, when I was in a prison cell, right? When I got arrested, I had a life experience that only allowed me to now truly believe in God. Until I had that life experience, I didn't truly believe. I said I believed in God, but there's levels to belief. You need to have life experiences. Until I went to Dubai and I was able to drive the cars and I was able to try on the watches, until I saw withdrawals, until I experienced 20, 30K withdrawals. That's only when I really started to believe that, you know what, I can go. Why not 300K a month? Right? When you have life experience, you're in an environment, you experience words, right? I'm in an environment where everyone around me is now, it could be negative, right? If you're in a scenario, guys, where you have to catch TFL, I get it. I've been there. I've been on buses and trains, but you can never catch me on TFL again. I can't experience that. Well, now I've experienced this. When I went to Dubai in November and I experienced a 7-star hotel, I didn't even know they existed. My level was 5. There's 7-star hotels. I experienced a life that I yet can't maybe afford, knowing that that's now what I want. Right? When you go to mosque or you go to relating it back to religion, guys, the information, if you read the Bible, you connect it to the words, images, emotions. The reason why you believe how you believe, guys, is because of this, but it wasn't done intentionally. It wasn't done strategically. I need you guys to do every single one of these things, but strategically towards your goal. Okay, life experiences when it comes to, I don't know, go in business class. You maybe can't afford it all the time, but go and experience it one time. Or go to your favorite car. I don't know what your favorite car is. Go and sit in the car. Go and experience the car. Because you now create the emotion. Right? And money is energy, guys. The reason why some of you guys don't believe is because you've never put yourself in an experience where you now feel energy of rich people. You understand that poor people and rich people, there's an energy difference. When you go to Dubai, the whole energy in everyone and everything is different. Catch a train in the morning and you'll realize the energy in with people in the UK. I could guess your bank account just by your face and your energy. You ring some people, hey, how you doing? I could tell just by your emotions, just by your energy, just by your words, just by what you see. What do you see, guys? Look, my phone thing is my next watch. Right? I create an image. The back of it is my goal card. Subconsciously, every time I pick up my phone, my goal card is attached. There's words on this goal card that create an image of what I want. I now feel good towards my goal. Coming to this event on the 18th, guys, you'll be in the right environment. You're going to be around people that think how you think. Thank God. Now no one's calling this a scam. We're all actually making money here. You're going to hear words from people in the environment that are talking good about where we're going. The people in your life, you're going to meet people. You're going to be able to network with people. Your network is your net worth. You're a product of your environment. This is so, like, people don't, we all know the sayings, guys, but you don't act upon it. You don't actually take it so seriously as if it was a religion. A religion is a way of life. That's what the word actually religion means. Like, it's a way of life. That's not my opinion. Search it up. It's a way of life. You need to religiously create your belief system. You need to religiously create your environment. You need to religiously have people around you. I can't afford to have people around me that think this is a scam. What do you mean? I made money. How? What? And how much do you make? Right? Information, you're going to hear from 7-figure earners. You're going to hear from people that have been in the industry for 11 years, 12 years, that have information that if you apply can change your situation. And it's going to make you feel good. You're going to experience an event. I went to my first event in 2020. One of the best experiences I had. I remember it was like it was yesterday. Why? Because I heard certain words at that event. I saw certain images at that event. I can't take out my head. I saw. Seeing is believing, right? We see with our eyes. The word eyes, end of it is yes. When you see it, yes, now I believe. Some people say, oh, I need to make a withdrawal. I need to make money before I can tell someone. You need to see it. That's why we tell you to make a withdrawal, because you see it. It's now, yes, this works. No one can tell you anything different. But all of this is through repetition, guys. I'm going to hammer this and you need to hammer it, because some of you are not believing, and I can tell because of your work. Now, the sad thing is because we've been programmed so wrong the whole time, guys, your mind will play tricks on you all the time. I see it all the time. And it's so sad because it gets the better of you. We're telling you now to go to an event. You buy a ticket and on the morning you get cold feet. Your mind told you maybe this isn't for you. Your mind told you I have social anxiety. Your mind told you I'm antisocial. Your mind told you this is not for you. Remember, God's not going to give nothing to you that you can't manage, guys. But if you don't know these things, you're not going to be brave enough or have enough courage to go and do it. But your mind will tell you, why am I going to go and sit in a car that I can't afford? That's stupid. That's not cool. There's no money in being cool. When I was the cool kid, I wasn't making money. I wasn't happy. I wasn't fulfilled. But this is where your uncomfortable zone is, guys. Your comfort zone is your broke zone. You've heard this saying again. But how many times are you putting yourself physically, your body, in an environment that makes you really uncomfortable? When we went to Greece, right? And we was around certain people, I was very uncomfortable. Why? Because what he makes in a month or what I make in a month is on his wrist. I'm uncomfortable. That's not a nice feeling. What I make in a month, you have on your wrist. What are we doing here? But you have to physically, guys, put yourself in an environment. There's so many people that they read all the books. They've listened to all the audios, but they haven't gone to any events. They haven't put themselves in an environment where someone that makes your goal, whatever your income goal is, find someone that has your goal and get in the same environment as them. You have never put yourself in that environment. Why do we think we tell you to come to the office? Put yourself in an environment where people are winning. Why do we tell you to come to events? Put yourself in an environment where people are better than you. You want to be the dumbest, the brokest, the anything you can put. You just want people around you that are bigger and better than you, guys. That's all you need to do. Put yourself in an environment where people have bigger, better, and have more than you. It's uncomfortable, but guess what? People that are wealthy, guys, and people that have money, they don't look at it that way. Like they don't judge. More time it's people that are broke that judge. People that have no money want to judge because all they're doing is deflecting what they couldn't do. They couldn't go to an event, or they didn't go to an event. And you know how I can tell when someone don't believe as well? Is when all you do is talk about the past. I used to use Snapchat back in the day. I had to go on there the other day to get something or someone's number. And I just went through people's stories and everyone was just reminiscing. Like Snapchat memories was just reminiscing, because they're not talking about where they're going. They're talking about what they did. That is someone that doesn't believe. Leaders, if you're still talking about your goal, you hit that rank. Congratulations. We're now here. What have you done since? It's because you don't believe you can get to the next goal, so you're clinging on to your old achievements. That is someone that doesn't believe. You haven't created your environment. Where if I was to walk into your bedroom, guys, I'm not going to do, that's creepy, right? But if I was to walk into your bedroom, would I know where you're going or where you've been or where you currently are? When I started this journey, I had to create my environment. I didn't have the money to have an office. I didn't have the money to go to Dubai. I didn't have the money to go to certain places. So you know what I did? I turned my bedroom into my environment, into my sanctuary, into where I'm going. I printed out loads of images of what I want, the watches, the cars, the clothes, whatever it may be. I printed out so many words of wisdom, of motivation. And it was everywhere in my bedroom. I created my environment, right? Now, this is what the individual, his name is actually David Emanite. If you want to check him out, he is a belief coach. He studies belief, he understands belief, and he works on people's belief. Because that's all this comes down to. If you believe you can, guess what? You're right. And if you believe you can't, guess what? You are right. But you can change that. You can change that, guys. Right? Now, his concept is you conceive first. So you must conceive it, form it in your mind, a possibility or a goal. You must conceive that, you know what, 10K a month. And I say 10K a month, guys, because no one on this call, you should be looking at less than 10K a month. 10K a month is still, you're still in the bracket of poverty, by the way. 10K a month, you're still in the poverty, you're in the poverty bracket. That's the bare minimum. We're trying to get out of poverty. We're trying to tackle poverty. So you at least need to be making 10K a month for you to be able to tackle it. But you have to conceive it and form it in your mind that, you know what, this is actually a possibility. Why? Because Josh was in my position 5 years ago, 4 years ago, and he's in a position now. You then must believe it. Not just superficially. Some of you guys, but there's levels to belief, guys. There's a belief of saying, you know what, my next rank, my next goal is done. And there's another person that said like, or saying, I do believe I can get to my next level. And then there's another individual that said it's done. Like, it's mine. I own it. And when I went to Greece and I was around people that was diamond. So anyone that don't know what diamond means is 50K a month. That's my personal goal by the end of the year. So when I'm around people that make that and they talk about it like it's nothing and it's not so much of a big deal, you now start believing internally that it is mine. Time just has to happen. Okay? And then you achieve it by your actions, guys. Okay? Aligned with that belief. It's so crazy how I can now look back and teach this, because I was on the other side of this, guys, where you are right now. Didn't have money, wasn't happy, didn't know where I was going, felt stuck, didn't have the right people around me, didn't have a supportive family, didn't have supportive friends. But I worked on the 4 components alongside the 3 elements that grow my belief system. Okay? Action mode. So you guys are going to realize the work hasn't changed. The work doesn't change. All that changes is your belief, and then you work. Do you think I ever have to call Sammy or Melando or Savannah or Liana and say, are you doing the work? No, because they believe. Of course you're going to do the work. So leaders, if you're calling your team and you're saying, have you done this? Have you done that? Have you done this? Have you done that? You don't believe that your team are doing it. That's why you're asking them. But action follows after you now believe. This is the success formula. Please write this down, guys. Desire plus skill times faith. Desire and faith is actually attached. They're very, very similar, because desire is just how bad you want it or how bad you don't want it. Okay, when you go into a certain environment, you see certain things, and you go back to your original. When we was in Greece for 3 weeks, living in beautiful villas, and then you come back to London, I don't want this lifestyle. I have a desire for more. I have a desire to not want this. But let's just stick to financially at the moment. 10K a month. That's your desire. You really want to make 10K a month. Okay. Now, faith comes by hearing. How often do you hear your desires every day? This is why we say affirmations. Some people call it bogus. I guarantee you they're not making money. Some people say it's cringy. Some people say it's a fantasy. Okay. You do your work and we'll do our work and see where we are in 5 years' time. Faith comes by hearing. How often do you hear your desire? Are you affirming that you want to make 10K a month? If I was at home, guys, I could show you. I have countless. This is where receipts come into play. Those that are currently in the grind right now, in a year's time, do you have receipts to say, Josh, I did this, I did this, I did this. Why do I not have results? No, I've never met someone that has gone through the process, done what they needed to do, and not get results. I have at least 20 A4 books, right? Full of notes where I was affirming making the money I now make today when I wasn't making it. I am so happy and grateful now that we don't live in the past and we can't live in the future. We have to only live now. I am creating a person that now currently makes 10K a month. because of my environment, the information I hear, the people I'm around, and my life experiences. I am so happy and grateful now I'm making 10K a month. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm making 100K a month. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm making 50K a month. I did this every single day, guys. Every single day. I didn't know when, and I wish it would have happened a lot sooner, but then I say to myself, maybe I wouldn't have been ready to receive it. So you guys on this call that feel you deserve to be at the next level, maybe God's saying, look, if I gave you 10K a month now, you wouldn't even know what to do with it. You'd probably blow it. You'd probably lose it. You don't know what to do with it. That's how I manage the fact that I weren't at my goal yet. Maybe, Josh, you're not ready, bro. You're not ready to receive 10K a month yet. You have to wait your turn. You have to change certain things about you. Becoming, you have to become that person. There's certain things that you still have that is the same way someone that makes $1,000 a month think. And I only realize this when I go around people that I used to be around and they say, bro, you've changed. Or like, raw, is that how, raw, you've changed? Well, have you not? Why have you not is more so the important question. We're meant to change. We're meant to evolve as human beings. You're meant to change, guys. Make sure what scares me, and I was saying this on Saturday, what scares me is if right now we're in 2025, October, if a year from now, 2 years from now, if by 2030, I am in the same position, the same house, the same car, the same income, the same friends, something is wrong. Something is going wrong. Okay? So desire and faith are very, very similar. And then this is where now you just need to do the work. Run the play, do the work. How good are you at the skill sets of trading? How good are you with the skill sets of building a business? How good are you at the skill sets of network marketing? And that's why I love this industry, guys, because with network marketing, you can be around people that normally you'd have to pay an arm and a leg. Alex Morton, right? If you don't know who Alex Morton is, you need to know who this individual is. He is one of our executive VP sales. At his peak, he was making anywhere from 1.5 to $2 million a month. Okay. Now, he normally charges, if you just want to have a conversation, an hour conversation, he charges $75,000 to have a 1 hour conversation, which people do pay him. Just because you're in GFU, you can just go to an event for £100, £200 in Portugal, and you can be in proximity of individuals like him. You can come on the 18th and be around individuals like Zain Khan, who when I started this in 2020, he was making 100K a month back in 2020. You can now go and be in proximity to these individuals. Before this industry, I couldn't phone anyone that was making more than 10K a month. Because of this industry, because of I understand your network is your net worth, just by being in this platform, guys, you can be around people that have 6, 7, 8-figure earners. But desire plus your skill sets, how good are you? In this business, guys, you get paid depending on the value you bring to the marketplace. I am not a better person or human than you guys. But I have more skill sets. I am more valuable when it comes to this industry. That's why the industry pays me what I get paid. So leaders on this call, if you're not happy with your income, it's because you don't bring enough to the table. You're on the bench. You're not doing Mbappe stuff. You're not doing the Messi work. You're not doing the Ronaldo work. You're linesman. Right? How good are you at the work? How good are you at the skill set? All right. Is that my last slide? Or are we frozen? Right. So that is the last slide, guys. But I really, really need you guys to hammer this when it comes to creating your belief system, because this is all that it matters. This is all that matters. It happens with trading, happens with your lifestyle, with how you see yourself in the gym. If you don't believe, if you haven't created your environment where your environment in the gym is one where you see it. I used to go to David Lloyd's in Sudbury Hill, right? I don't know if anyone's been there, but when I went into that environment, all I saw was old people. So my environment didn't inspire me to want to do better. So I had to change my environment where I had people around me that maybe had the physique that I wanted. I then started to speak to them individuals when I did go to a different gym and got information off them individuals. What do you eat? What do you do? How often do you work out? I got information, and then I had a now experience where I'm now training with them. So I understand what it takes to become a person that is a certain physique. So you can put this in any area in your life, guys. If you haven't taken notes or you haven't screenshotted it, this is all you need to change and study for you to get whatever it is you desire. All things are possible to believe, but how bad do you believe? If you can get your belief system, the same way you believe about God, guys, the same way you believe about whatever it is you believe in your religion, if you can get your goals to the similar, if not as good belief system as what you believe, you can have anything you want. Anything. It works with anything. Okay, guys? So, with that being said, we're going to wrap it up there. I hope you guys really took in what I was saying today because, like I said, I haven't done this training in a while, but I feel it's something that so many people kind of they underestimate the word belief. You just don't believe, guys.